got a stiff neck. Uh, uh, oh. Okay. Today, I would like to talk to you about a very interesting topic, which may be able to open up new avenues for anyone who understands how to use it. And so, this is sort of business related, sort of mercantile, um, but it's also related to arguments and the idea of politics and government. It relates to a lot of things. This is a system I invented myself. You may say I invented it, you may say I derived it from nature. Either way, it was my idea, and I used the forces that were at my disposal in order to create it. Um, it is based partially on principles which pre-existed, but it does have certain factors which I decided to attribute to it myself. So this is my own invention based on something that already existed, and it's one of my best inventions, and it's very useful. So what we're dealing with today, something called the elements of negotiations, and you can see there are 5 of them. Pause the video if you want to take a look at that, because what you're seeing on the screen is actually a diagram of the 6 elements of negotiations and how they work. And basically what we have is we start with currency. I've spelled it with a T. Normally currency doesn't have a T in it, but it doesn't matter, whatever. So currency let me start again. Currency displaces price. Price blocks product. Product builds rapport, which is also reputation. Reputation, same idea. Rapport denotes status. Status awards currency. So I'll show you that again now that I've said it, so you can see what I'm talking about. So it goes currency, price, product, rapport, status, and back to currency. You can see that the elements of negotiations, the actual element part, which it represents each point on this symbol, each one is encased in a square, and the one in the middle just builds. The more times you get completely all the way around this cycle, from it's hard to tell what I'm pointing at here. Every time that you get from currency, and you use currency to displace the price, and the price is displaced, which no longer blocks a product, and then you build rapport on that product by word of mouth and people's opinions about said product or said currency, and then that rapport builds status, and then that status goes full circle and ends up awarding you currency. Every time you complete that cycle, you will build what's in the middle here, synergy, which is the hidden 6th element of negotiations. So this is what you might call magic. It's not quite magic. It's more technically sorcery would be a better word, but it's neither exclusively magic nor is it exclusively sorcery. It's kind of like a magic system all in and of itself. See, I'm an alchemist, so I like to organize things into elements, because that kind of works as a spell for me. Each element sort of has its own spells, and I wanted to work with these in the form of like an elemental substance rather than just a normal means of negotiation. So this isn't the normal way that negotiation works. This is an augmentative sort of bonus point system. It gives you more functionality if you're like me and you like things arranged into elements. Now, elements, even though sometimes an element can be a single substance, it is made of several substances. So these are not the normal substances that the world is made out of. So actually, by creating this system, which is just the star that you're seeing there, that's the spell for the negotiation elements. By creating this system, I've created a unique universe of negotiations. A universe that's made with just negotiation elements and no other elements that I've invented here. Now, someone may have drawn this symbol before I ever came along, not realizing that it was a symbol for negotiations, but it's still my invention because I was the one who thought to use it for this purpose, and I am the one who decided to utilize it in this way. So, just try to sum it all up for you here. Currency and price. Price is a shield that blocks the product. Currency, if you have enough of it, or the right kind of it, breaks that shield of price if it's strong enough, if you have enough currency, which then gives you the product. Now, when you're dealing with someone else, exchanging things with them in a transaction, your currency is their product, and their product is your currency, because you are giving them, for example, money for a teddy bear. So your currency is money, and their product, or for you, the currency is money, and the product is a teddy bear. But for them, they are paying you in currency of one teddy bear for the product they want, which is your money. So currency and product are actually interchangeable. The only thing that makes them different is currency is what you're giving up and product is what you're receiving. But whatever they're giving up, you're receiving, and whatever you're giving up, they're receiving. So currency displaces price, which gets you the product, and then the product builds rapport. Well, there's going to be opinions and word of mouth and good feelings, bad feelings that build up because of what you gave them. Whatever product you gave them, whatever currency you gave them, however you decided to pay them, whatever they get from you is going to give them, or even what you get from them, is going to generate some sort of opinion, some sort of information that says what kind of merchant you are, what kind of dealer you are, what kind of business you are, even if you're not a business, what kind of customer you are. Everything about the nature of your transaction and how it feels to the other person once everything's said and done, that goes into your reputation. If you're always giving bad deals, no one's going to want to deal with you. You're going to get poor status. But if you're always doing good deals, people are going to want to buy your product. They're going to, like, it could be the product itself that that says, you know, this is a good product, I want to buy from this guy again. Or it could be something that you've done, another thing that you've supplied. Like if you were nice to them, you're probably going to get better rapport. But it is mostly related to the product. However good your product is, the more people are going to want to buy it, or the less people are going to want to buy it. And that reputation awards, well, denotes status. So if you get status as like a dive bar, well, a lot of people aren't going to want to go there. But some people, that's exactly where they want to be. Different status gets different things. And this is the part that I don't fully understand. Again, I invented this thing, but these are elements. I may have made a symbol that gives them shape and form, but just because I've created something and I have the power to create it doesn't mean that I fully understand it. I accept this part, but I accept it kind of grudgingly without really knowing exactly what it means. But status awards more currency. And the only thing I really do understand about that, which I've just recently attempted to fathom or interpret or detect, is basically that whatever status you do build with that report, different people are going to want you for different reasons. Try to think of an example. So if you've got a reputation for having the best pizza in town, then more people are going to buy pizza from you than they are from somebody else. That's status turning into currency, because that status gives you like a credit that you can spend on acquiring more things. Now, it may not seem like that's happening because you're not exchanging solid gold or solid cash, but anything that gives you any kind of advantage, anything that can be used as a leverage to get you something, is a form of currency. Money isn't the only type of currency. Even if you're a thief and you steal to get your products, then the effort and skill and stealth that you're putting into acquiring those things is a currency that you're spending on acquiring those objects. So you're still buying. You're just buying against the will of the seller when you're a thief. And which basically brings me to the point of what I used to believe is that everything's a negotiation. That's not really so much true. Some things are not negotiable, but at least I think some things are not negotiable. There's also deal breakers that make just about anything negotiable, but that's a whole other topic. How was I going to say that? Give me a second here. Thieves and negotiations. Everything's negotiable. Not everything's negotiable. Everything's a negotiation. I was going somewhere with this. Well, in the meantime, see the middle there, synergy speeds up. So this is, you're going to gain more synergy every time that you get around this circle. Now let me try and think of what I was going to say, because it was really important, and I know I can remember if I think about it for a second. So a thief stealing, oh, that's what it was. There's no such thing as a free negotiation. If you're negotiating, there's always some kind of cost. You can't get anything for free in a negotiation. The only thing you can get in life that actually is absolutely free, that you didn't have to spend any currency on, that you didn't have to do any work for, the only thing that is completely and totally free is a gift that you didn't ask for. Because even if it was a free gift but you still asked for it, that asking in order to receive was a currency that you spent on acquiring that gift. I was trying to figure out myself a few years ago what would be a free transaction. And really it isn't a transaction at all. My friend said to me, Danny Hompath, he said, a free gift that you didn't ask for. And I was like, yes. So that's not originally my answer. So maybe I didn't think about it enough. Maybe there's a couple more things that would count that way. But I'm pretty sure only a free gift that you didn't ask for is the only thing you can actually get totally for free. And if you did something, if it was some sort of reward for something you'd already done, then technically it isn't free because you paid for it by doing the thing you're being rewarded for. So it's possible that even a free gift could never actually be given. And I say there's no such thing as a free lunch. Somebody paid for that lunch. Somebody did. Even if nobody paid money for it. That cow was slaughtered to make your burger, or that plant had its leaves and branches ripped off to make your salad. It used to be that plant's arms and legs. It used to be that cow's side, or that used to be that pig's ribs. It used to be that mushroom's whole body, you know? There's always a cost for everything. And that's why you should be willing to pay the cost for having benefits. But you should only pay what you think is okay, and you should only pay the cost for things that you actually should get, that actually are negotiably sound, that you actually deem worth the price that they are for. And you should never get something, no matter how much it is worth the price, you should never get something that's of no benefit to you. That's never gonna give you anything, that you're not gonna get anything out of. In accordance with this system and in accordance with all negotiation, you should not be investing currency in something that you get no benefit from. Every negotiation should be giving you some type of advantage. You should always be getting something out of it. If you're not, then you're misnegotiating. So I'll just hold this on the screen for a little while. I'll show you the title first, so you can see the whole thing I've printed out, the elements of negotiations, and then I will pan up to the entire picture. And you can just pause it there, and I'll read it again if I can read it backwards on the screen properly here, just to make it more clear. So this is the elements of negotiation, and it starts with currency. You can start anywhere you want on the board, actually, but it's more proper to start with currency. So currency displaces price. Price blocks product. Product builds rapport. Rapport denotes status, and status awards currency. And with every step, synergy builds. Synergy is an interesting word. I don't fully understand the concept of synergy, especially in this context yet, because originally I thought there were only 5 elements on this star, and I spent a lot of time learning about them, but with the exclusion of synergy, which I thought was just negotiations in general in the middle. So I can't really educate you adequately on synergy, but I can tell you that the more you buy and sell, the easier it is to buy and sell more. As things go on, the synergy builds, and you become a higher and higher level negotiator. That's basically the concept of synergy, as far as I can explain it anyway. Anyway, this has been a 17-minute and 41-second video. And now I'm going to end it because it'll probably take forever to upload. I might not even be able to upload it today because I'm going to be away most of the day. It's Thanksgiving. This is the Canadian Thanksgiving Day of 2017, and I'm going to go eat Thanksgiving dinner with my family. So if this for some reason can't get uploaded today, I will upload it in the future whenever I'm gonna be home for a while. I don't have a very good upload speed on my internet server, and it takes a long time for things to upload. But you know what? I can leave my tablet at home because I'm not really gonna need it to have Thanksgiving dinner. So I'll leave my tablet here, uploading the video so you can have it today. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and may all your negotiations be shrewd.